All right, for just a second, I want to talk about rooting of San Pedro cactuses. What you see in front of you is a San Pedro cactus. I really like the design of it, and so I have some growing in my yard. And I want to talk about propagation of a San Pedro cactus. Once you get one rooted and it's growing normally, if you want to add additional plants, one of the ways you can do that is you can chop off the top, and then you let it callus over. So down here, it's been a week, and this area is hard to the touch, and it's ready to be planted. If you plant it while it's wet, it can rot and get diseases. So in this pot that you see in front of you, I have Coir. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Coir is a coconut husk byproduct of using coconuts and making things out of coconut. It's a fine material that has no nutritional value to the plant. What it's useful for is holding the plant in an upright position so that it can root, and giving it something to reach its roots into, and that feels like soil. But it dries out really quickly, so when you water it, it's dry again really quickly, and it won't let rot take hold on plants because it's antifungal. So what I want to do is I want to take this piece of San Pedro cactus that has been cut off of another cactus, and I want to pot it. And really that's just going to be a simple process of taking some of this Coir. Coir comes in bricks, and you soak the brick in water and it grows. And then what I generally do with it after that is leave it out in the sun to dry after I've reconstituted it, and I turn it into this fine powder. And this is dry, so there's no, well, I'd say no, there's not a lot of moisture in it that can cause the San Pedro cactus to rot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pot and I'm going to fill it most of the way up with Coir. And like I said, this has no value to the plant soil-wise. It doesn't have any nutrients the plant can eat. It's not food in any way. It's just a medium for holding it up. Once I do that, I'm basically going to take this plant and I'm just going to set it down in the soil, and then I'm going to surround it with more Coir to hold it in an upright position. And what I'm expecting to happen, and has happened on all of the other San Pedro cactuses that I've rooted in this way, what I'm expecting to happen is roots to form. All right, so that's it. And I just put it somewhere shady. You don't want this to be in full sun yet, because it has no way to uptake water, and you can kill it if you bake it with no way for it to get water. But what I want to show you is a sample plant that has already started growing roots. Let's look at this one. I'm just going to gently raise it up. All right, so there's at least one root there at the bottom. That means if I water this plant, it has a way to uptake that moisture and turn it into food. So this one's about ready to be moved into an actual medium that it can eat from, a soil that has nutrients in it, cactus mix, if you will, because it's got a root. And I've got some other ones that've got just a wide variety of roots on them. And so this is what I'm expecting. I'll give it a week, maybe 2 weeks, for that new one that I just barely potted to start. I'm going to take some out here. I give the other one about a week or more, maybe 2, to start producing a root system. Once it's got some roots, you water these about once a week, and you make sure that they have some potting soil that's appropriate. You want something that drains super duper fast, because if these roots are in water for any length of time, they will rot away. And so the plant is very sensitive to too much water. That's why it grows, in a desert. So if you water the plant too much, you'll kill it. So if you have cactuses and you want to keep them alive, make sure they have the right soil, and then make sure that they have a good drenching. I mean, you want to soak this pot about once a week, but then you want that soil to be dry or drier within, I don't know, a half hour or so. You want most of the water to have leaked out the bottom and for that plant to be ready. So that's it. San Pedro Cactus is potted, and I've got a couple of them going. I've been busy with my San Pedro cactuses. I have several, and like I said, the idea is once they're growing nice, to put them out in the garden area somewhere. Lots of San Pedro cactus, very cool shape, and it looks good everywhere. Anyway, that's what I've got about San Pedro cactuses. I'll see you next time.